to get our meeting started. I guess the next thing is
Okay, in accordance with board policy number 1.200, the Scott County Board of Education, at the first regular meeting in September, to organize by electing a chairman to serve a one-year term or until a successor is named or until they are no longer members of the board. In the event that an officer's seat on the board is vacated, the board shall elect a successor to serve the remainder of the officer's term. Do I have a motion to nominate for the Scott County Board of Education chairman for the year 2017-18 school year?
Make a motion to nominate Mr. Abbott as chairman.
Any more nominations? Motion cease. Okay. Well, I ask for a motion to cease nominations for the Scott County Board of Education.
I'll make that motion.
Do you have a second?
Second.
Roll call vote. Mr. Silcox?
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Ms. Sharp?
Aye.
Ms. Abbott? Mr. Stanley?
Aye.
Congratulations, Mr. Abbott.
Thank you. Thank you for trusting me.
All right, turn it back over to you. Vice Chairman, she'll do the Vice Chairman.
Okay, item 4, election of vice chairman. In accordance with board policy number 1.200, the Scott County Board of Education at the first regular meeting in September shall organize by electing a vice chairman to serve a one-year term or until a successor is named or until there are no longer members of the board. In the event that an officer's seat on the board is vacated, the board shall elect a successor to serve the remainder of the officer's term. Do I hear a nomination for vice chairman? Well, first I need to make a motion, don't we?
Accept nominations first.
Okay. Do I hear a motion for nomination of the vice chairman?
I make a motion to nominate Kimberly Kidd for vice chairman.
She's not here to check.
Can we do that, John?
You can. Yeah. She should leave.
She'll be on. She'll be on.
I had it last year and I asked her if she'd
Well,
take
you're
it
gonna
this
have to deal with the backlash.
year. She said she would take it. I said,
Okay.
She'll be on. Motion to cease nominations.
Is there any other nominations? If not, we hear a motion to cease the nominations.
I'll make that motion.
I'm sorry.
Be a motion to cease nominations and to elect Kimberly Kidd as the vice chair of Scott County Board of Education, if that's okay with you guys.
Yeah. We have a motion, we have a second.
He motioned, I said,
Oh, did you?
she motioned to cease.
Cease.
We're waiting on Luke, so.
Okay.
Okay, now we're going to roll call.
Mr. Silcox?
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Ms. Sharp? Ms. Abbott?
Aye.
Mr. Stanley?
Aye.
Now we have presentations. Volunteers of the month. if you'll stay down there, I'll do the volunteers, then we have the retirement. Someone's also on Tuesday.
Okay.
For our presentation of the month, first we will do the volunteers of the month, and then we will do our retirees for the past year for the Scott County School System. As always, we are so thankful as our volunteers of the month for what you do for our students, for our schools, and for our community. At this time, the volunteers of the month, first, for Birchville Elementary School, is Miss Allison Scales. Fairview Elementary, Savannah Kidd. Huntsville Elementary, Robin Massey.
Are you Robin Massey? Thank you.
Robin, just stay right there.
Did you stay up here?
Huntsville Middle, Lisa and Spencer Ellis. Robbins Elementary, Clint Cecil and Travis Russ. Scott High School, Haley Hogue. Winfield Elementary, Sean Harris. And that concludes our volunteers of the month. Thank you, Ms. Robbins. This time is a great honor and privilege to honor our retirees from the Scott County School System from the past school year. These people gave a long life dedication or service to our students, to our kids, and we're very thankful for what you have done, for not only for Scott County schools, but for Scott County. You have served us well, and it's an honor tonight to be able to hand you our token of appreciation. First, from Birchville Elementary School, Ms. Pearlie Lau. Ms. Pearlie Lau was a teacher at the elementary school. She started in the year 2000, retired of July of 2016. She taught 16 years for the Scott County schools. Next, from Huntsville Middle School, Ms. Wilda Goodman. Ms. Goodman served in our cafeteria. She started in 1992. She retired in 2017 and served 25 years in the cafeteria at Huntsville Middle School. Also from Huntsville Middle School, Ms. Edith Ellis, a teacher. Ms. Ellis taught 42 years for the Huntsville schools. She began the teaching career in 1975 and retired in 2017. Also at Huntsville Middle School, Ms. Janie Foster. Ms. Foster taught 38 years for the Scott County schools. She began her teaching career in 1978 and she retired in 2016. Scott High School, Mr. Elisha Duggar. Mr. Duggar was a math teacher at Scott County schools. He taught 15 years at Scott High School. He began his career at Scott County in 2002. He retired in 2017. Mr. Duggar also taught 30 years for the Kentucky system before he came to us. Robbins Elementary School, Ms. Sheila Mills, cafeteria manager. Ms. Sheila Mills served 40 years for the students at Robbins and Scott County schools. She began her career in 1977 and retired in 2017. Also from Robbins Elementary School, Ms. Helen Garrett, a secretary. She served 18 years at the Robbins School. She began her career in 1999 and retired in 2017. Guys, it's a privilege and honor to honor y'all tonight. Thank you for your dedication and your service to the students of Scott County.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Enjoy your retirement.
She done all of that.
I'd just like to say they're going to be greatly missed.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, that concludes the presentations for the month of September.
I guess there's anyone in the office that wants to address the board. Okay, next, we'll go to your principals. Ms. Newman, we'll ask you first.
Okay. Well, I do want to say that Miss Helen is in Louisville and having some testing ran, so please continue to remember her in prayers, or she would have been here tonight. Tonight, we are at Winfield, kickoff for 6:30 p.m. for our football team. Tomorrow, Big South Fork Storytellers will be at our school for grades pre-K through 8. For early release day, we will be going over our crisis management plan and our fall benchmarking. I did receive word today through email that hopefully by tomorrow night at midnight, we might be able to have some scores in TN Compass for next week. So we'll cross our fingers and hope that that happens to be able to look at some data. On the 21st, Kona Ice will be at school. The 26th to the 28th is our book fair. And on the 27th, we have school pictures. And that's all I have unless you have questions for me. Thank you.
Ms. Goodman?
Okay. Of course, we want to wish good luck to our football team. They're at Eagleton tonight, so we hope they have safe travel. We want to remind parents about 7th grade immunizations. When you get those shots, please bring in the paperwork and give those to Miss Rosemary. Big South Fork Storytelling will be at school tomorrow. Spirit Week will be next week. Our early release day, as Ms. Newman said, is on the 20th. We just want to remind parents that pickups and special ed will be leaving at 12 o'clock, and then first load buses leave at 12:15. Second load buses leave Huntsville at 12:40. So those parents kind of know what time to be there and when to expect their children home. On that day, Ms. Jessica Duval's going to be doing a presentation for us on differentiation, and that's going to tie right back into the team rubric that we've been working on. Homecoming. Football homecoming will be next Thursday, the 21st. Ms. Swain will be doing the body safety program beginning September 25th. And our 8th grade parent night is going to be September 28th. So we're trying to get all those dates out there to the parents as much as we can, let them know what's going on. Other than that, I don't have anything unless you have a question for me.
Thank you.
All right.
Ms. Lisa?
First, I want to tell the city that our prayers are with you. Also, we would like you to know, that we are conducting walkthroughs and our coaching conversations and all that, and I'm liking what I see when I get out in the building and watch the teachers. They're doing an awesome job. Our teacher assistants are doing awesome with intervention, so really proud of them and thankful for all the work they do. We also have storytelling tomorrow, and then we have on the 17th, I know that's a Sunday, but it's Constitution Day, and that's when they celebrate signing the Constitution. And the week of the Spirit Week, we're also looking at the celebration of Freedom Week, and so we want to make sure everybody understands that, and then they'll be talking about it in social studies. On our read delivery on the early release day, we will be doing model schools, and that will go with Melissa Roberts. And then we have standards. We'll be looking at that and deconstructing some of those. We also have fall pictures, the 27th. On the 29th, we have a couple of trips. Our pre-K is going to the zoo, and our 3rd grade students are going to the Heritage Festival, which I want everybody to make sure you know, go out on that Saturday to the Heritage Festival. One last thing, Stacy Trammell, a 4th grade teacher, received a student ticket subsidy grant, and that's $660. They will be going to the Oak Ridge Playhouse. So very thankful she wrote that grant and gave the kids a chance to be able to go to that. That's all I have unless you have something for me.
Thank you. Mr. Cash?
Our football team's at Sunrise tonight. The game starts at 7, so we wish them the best of luck. We had storytelling yesterday, and that went really well. Kids, the Big South Fork running event is wonderful, and the kids really had a good time with that. Our gym floor was refinished yesterday, so we're off up the rest of the week, but from afar, it looks like they really did a good job. People that's done it the last time or two has really, I feel like done a really good job. Our early dismissal, early release days on the 20th, and our walkers and riders leave at 12:30. Miss Laura Beth Lloyd will be presenting. She went to the model school conference this summer, and she'll be presenting back to us on that. date. Next Thursday, football team's back at home. It's the first home game in a month, so we play in Birchfield at 6:30. And then our fall pictures will be next Friday, the 22nd. That's all I have, unless you guys have something for me.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Hall.
Thank you. Miss Stanley has homecoming tonight. I know she sent you all an email what all she has going to her school, because she has some busy week or two planned there at Winfield School. Also, Miss Records at ACT training. Quick reminder, September the 30th, the Heritage Festival. That is a great undertaking. It's done by the Scott High School staff and students. A wonderful day for the community. If you have a chance to go out, please do. Also, I know Ms. Hampton mentioned on the 29th will be the third grade day. It's also a great day for those kids that is put on by the students at Scott High School. So that is a big time for our school system, our community, and also for Scott High School. If you get the chance, please do attend. As some of the principals mentioned, Wednesday, September 20th will be our early release day. Buses leave Huntsville Middle at 12:15. The depart from Scott High School at 12:30. And as always, the principals have a lot of good activities and stuff planned for the teachers on that day. Special thank you to all of our retirees for not just the number of years they gave for our students, but for the friendships and the professionalism and everything that they brought to our system to represent what we truly are. And that was a great thing of people that were here tonight that have earned this honor for our system. Reminder of the board of the fall district meeting, September 19th, 5 p.m. at Harriman High School. If y'all would like to meet here about 3 o'clock, we can all meet from here, if that's okay, if that's what you guys want to do. I want to ask you to pray for the families and the school systems that have been affected with the hurricanes that have hit some of our neighboring states. State of Florida, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida in particular, also Houston, Texas. It has affected a lot of people, a lot of school systems right now. We're still not back in school. We don't know maybe when they will be. A lot of families have lost everything. I can speak personally as when I was in Gatlinburg on Sunday night at the superintendent's meeting. I'm in the lobby with families from Florida, and they're just in tears because they've lost everything. I guess we really don't know the tragedy until it really strikes. And just please keep those people in your prayers. Also keep the family of Miss Judy Purcell in your prayers also too at this time. Miss Purcell was, of course, Miss Sharp's sister-in-law and had a lot of her family, brothers, and sisters that have taught in our system for years. So please keep the family in your prayers. And that's all I have. If y'all have any questions for me.
Thank you. Okay, item 9, adoption of the agenda. In accordance with board policy number 1.403, the Scott County Board of Education should adopt an agenda of all items to be acted on during the regular monthly meeting of September 14th, 2017.
Motion.
Do I have a second? Waiting on the roll call. Well, any discussion? Waiting on the roll call.
Mr. Stanley? Aye. Ms. Sharp?
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Silcox? Ms. Adams?
Aye. Item 10, consent agenda items. In accordance with the Scott County Board of Education policy number 4.403, the Board of Education may include routine and non-controversial items on a consent agenda, which may be adopted by a single vote without discussion. Any item on the consent agenda may be removed and placed on the regular agenda for further consideration at the request of any board member. May I have a motion to approve the items listed on the consent agenda as follows? A, approval of the minutes for August the 10th, 2017.
Motion.
Need a second?
Second.
Second. Any discussion? Waiting on the roll call.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Stanley? Aye. Mr. Silcox? Ms. Sharp? Ms. Adams?
Aye. Item 11A, legislative liaison. The Scott County Board of Education needs to appoint a board representative to serve as a district liaison for the TSBA Legislative Network. This board member will attend meetings and report back to the school board on legislative issues. May I have a motion to appoint as the legislative liaison for the Scott County Board of Education for the TSBA Legislative Network?
I nominate.
Is that a motion for Ms. Smith?
Second.
Okay. Do I hear a second?
Mr. Silcox, get a second.
Okay. Any discussion? Waiting on the roll call.
Ms. Sharp? Mr. Silcox?
Aye.
Ms. Smith? Ms. Abbott?
Aye.
Mr. Stanley?
Okay, item 11B, appoint delegates. The Scott County Board of Education is eligible to appoint 3 voting delegates to the TSBA Delegate Assembly, which will meet during the TSBA Annual Convention in November. May I have a motion to appoint the following delegates to the Delegate Assembly held during the 2017 TSBA Convention? We need 3 people to serve on that.
We need to go ahead and nominate Mr. Stanley, Ms. Sharp, and Ms. Smith. I do one every year. I'll be there. Liaison.
Lou, Linda, and
Just the
Diane.
delegates, they have a meeting, gives them, have the delegate meeting. The liaison, and the delegate, just business. It's just that.
You big girl. Okay, any discussion on that?
I was wondering whenever I was going to be able to get out of that, because usually there's someone on there then.
Who seconded it?
Yeah, we need a second.
We have a second on that.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, I'll second. You sure can. Okay, any discussion? Waiting on the roll call.
Mr. Silcox?
Aye.
Ms. Sharp? Ms. Smith? Ms. Abbott?
Aye.
Mr. Stanley?
Okay, item 11C, approved budget amendments. And pursuant to Board Policy 2.201, the Scott County Board of Education needs to approve budget amendments in order to make the line item transfers needed to balance the budget for the fiscal year 2017-2018. This action will allow funds to be applied to areas of the budget that lack sufficient funds to complete the school year. May I have a motion to approve the 2017-2018 General Purpose Budget Amendment Number 1?
Motion.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Waiting on the roll call.
Mr. Stanley? Mr. Silcox? Ms. Smith? Ms. Sharp? Ms. Abbott?
Aye. Item 11D, approved Safe Schools Grant. Approval is needed to accept the 2017-2018 Safe Schools Grants. Funds from this grant are used to provide safety equipment, training, and materials that will enhance safety throughout the school system. May I have a motion to approve the 2017-2018 Safe Schools Grant?
Second.
Any discussion? Waiting on the roll call.
Ms. Sharp? Ms. Smith? Mr. Silcox? Mr. Stanley? Ms. Abbott?
Aye. Item 11E, Memorandum of Understanding. The purpose of this agreement between the Scott County Schools and Clinch Powell is for the provision of guidance and appropriate services to preschool children ages 3 through 5 with disabilities. May I have a motion to approve the Memorandum of Understanding with Clinch Powell Cooperative Head Start and the Scott County Schools Special Education Department for the 2017-2018 school year?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Waiting on the roll call.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Silcox?
Aye.
Ms. Sharp? Ms. Abbott?
Aye.
Mr. Stanley?
Item 11F, Immunization Memorandum of Understanding. A memorandum of understanding is needed between the school system and the vaccination provider, Mountain Peoples, for the use of the district's facility for the purpose of providing vaccinations to the school employees that are covered by state insurance. May I have a motion to approve the immunization memorandum of understanding between Mountain Peoples Health Council and the Scott County School System? Mountain Peoples will provide an immunization program for faculty and staff.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Waiting on the roll call.
Ms. Sharp? Mr. Stanley? Mr. Silcox? Ms. Smith? Ms. Abbott?
Aye. Item 11G, Disciplinary Hearing Authority Committee. The board shall appoint members to the Disciplinary Hearing Authority, which shall consist of 7 members, at least 2 of which shall be licensed employees of the board, appointed to 1-year terms and subject to reappointment. May I have a motion to appoint the following members to the Disciplinary Hearing Authority Committee for the 2017-2018 school year? Keith Murley, Chairman, Joe Carter, Tanya Crabtree, Angie King, Amanda Overton, Tim Hall, and Donna Goodman.
Second.
Any discussion? Waiting on the roll call.
Mr. Silcox? Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Ms. Sharp? Ms. Abbott?
Aye.
Mr. Stanley?
Item 11H, TOS dues. Approval is needed for the TOS dues for 2017-2018. May I have a motion to approve the Tennessee Organization of Schools Superintendent dues for the 2017-2018 school year?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Waiting on the roll call.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Stanley? Mr. Silcox? Ms. Sharp? Ms. Abbott?
Aye. Item 11I, award bids. Bids for the demolition of the bus garage and dishwasher for Scott High School were opened on August 14, 2017 by the Finance Committee and referred to the board for consideration. May I have a motion to award the following bids? Dishwasher for Scott High School, K-Toms, $81,421.80. Demolition of the bus garage, first place finish, $11,813.
Motion. He done made a motion for discussion, right?
Yes.
Did you say discussion?
Not yet.
Need a second.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
Yes, is this I'm sure I read this in the packet last month, the 81,000, is that food services money?
Yes, that's food service, yes. Now, I think both bids were $250 apart.
There were $250
This
difference
is the lowest
between the two bids.
I thought so, but wasn't that the month prior, we discussed
Yes, you
this?
approved for
Approved the
Mr.
dues.
Hall and I to make a decision.
Yeah, because we had to get the money to the grant
Right.
spent out by a certain day.
So that wasn't last, but that was the month before.
Yeah, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Any more discussion?
Sorry about that.
That's okay. Any more discussion? Waiting on the roll call.
Mr. Stanley? Mr. Silcox?
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Ms. Sharp? Ms. Abbott?
Aye. Item 11J, approved trips. Board approval is needed for out-of-state overnight school trips. May I have a motion to approve the following out-of-state overnight trips? Excuse me. Upward Bound to Carson Newman, September 3rd, 2017. October the 21st, 2017. November the 18th, 2017. December the 2nd, 2017. January the 20th, 2018. February the 17th, 2018. March the 17th, 2018. April the 7th, 2018. And May the 5th, 2018.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Waiting on the roll call.
Mr. Silcox?
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Ms. Sharp? Ms. Abbott?
Aye.
Mr. Stanley?
11K, private bus run agreements. Board approval is needed to approve the private bus run contract for the 2017-2018 school year. The contracts are necessary due to our inability to provide a school bus on these particular routes. May I have a motion to approve the private bus run contract with Christina Shank for the remainder of the 2017-2018 school?
I'll make that motion.
Here a second.
Second.
Any discussion?
Is that a handicap? Wow.
Yes, and it's about 6 miles, although there's no way to get a bus. We've been out there.
It's not a county maintained road, it's the road that George was talking about last
Yeah.
time,
Any more discussion? Waiting on the roll call.
Ms. Sharp? Mr. Silcox? Ms. Smith? Ms. Abbott?
Aye.
Mr. Stanley?
Okay, before we adjourn, Mr. Silcox, do you have anything?
but other congratulations to all our staff, all the retired staff, congratulations. Appreciate your dedication. Thank all of our staff, everybody, for what they do.
Just like to make a statement, Mr. Blakely, the school lights really look good. The last few times I've been through zones that look standardized and look good.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Okay, with that, item 11L adjournment. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
Waiting on the roll call.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Stanley? Mr. Silcox? Ms. Sharp? Ms. Abbott?
Aye.